I was the last person to see Carolina. Alive, I didn't plan to tell this story for a long time. I convinced myself it never really happened. That what I saw was just stress, grief, imagination. But imagination doesn't leave marks. It doesn't whisper your name when you're alone. And it definitely doesn't follow you across cities. My name doesn't matter, but hers does. Carolina, if you're listening to this, it means I've finally accepted that silence is more dangerous than truth. And maybe, just maybe, if I tell everything, it will stop, or at least, it will stop coming for me. Part 1, The Last Normal. Carolina wasn't the kind of person people forgot. She had this strange way of making everything feel alive, like the world had secrets, and she was the only one brave enough to chase them. We met in university, second year. She sat next to me during a lecture, leaned over, and whispered, "Do you ever feel like something is watching you?" But not in a bad way. I laughed. I shouldn't have, because from that moment on, nothing in my life was normal again. Part 2, Her Obsession at First. It seemed harmless. Carolina loved urban legends, abandoned places, old recordings, and things that don't make sense. She had notebooks full of scribbles, symbols, half-written phrases, and locations marked with strange circles. One day, she showed me something, a photo. It was blurry, taken at night. A narrow hallway, peeling paint, a door at the end slightly open. But that wasn't the part that disturbed me. There was something in the doorway, not clearly visible. Just a shape, too tall, too still. "That's not edited," she said quietly. I took it myself. "Where?" She hesitated. "I'll show you." Part 3, The Building went 2 nights later. I don't even know why I agreed. Maybe curiosity. Maybe because Carolina had this pull you didn't question her. You followed. The building was on the edge of the city, half forgotten. No lights. No signs. Just silence. "This place used to be a care home," she whispered. "Closed after incidents." Of course it was. Every bad story starts like that. The front door was already open. I remember that detail very clearly, because Carolina looked surprised. I didn't leave it like this. That should have been our warning. Part 4, Insidiether inside felt wrong, not just cold heavy, like breathing through something thick. We walked through long corridors, our footsteps echoing louder than they should have. Carolina was excited. I was uneasy. Then we found it. The hallway from the photo. Same cracked walls. Same door at the end, slightly open. "See," she whispered. "I told you. Let's just take a look and leave," I said. She nodded, but she was already walking toward it. Part 5, The first sound halfway down the hallway. We heard it, a faint sound, like breathing. Not ours. Carolina froze. "Did you hear that?" "Yes. We should have turned back. We didn't. Instead, she pushed the door open." Part 6, The room was empty. Completely empty. No furniture. No windows. Just bare walls and dust. "Nothing," I said, relieved. But Carolina didn't move. She was staring at the far corner. "What?" I asked. It was there. What was? She didn't answer. And that's when the door slammed shut behind us. Part 7, Trapped rushed to the door. It wouldn't open. I pulled, kicked, shouted. Nothing. Carolina was quiet. Too quiet. "Say something," I snapped. I can still see it. My chest tightened. "See what?" "It's not gone." Part 8, The presence. I couldn't see anything, but I felt it. That pressure again. Stronger now, like the air itself was watching. Carolina slowly stepped forward. "No, don't. It's calling me." Her voice didn't sound like hers anymore. It was softer, distant, almost like someone else was speaking through her. Part 9. The moment everything changed, then she screamed. Not a normal scream. Wrong. Like two voices layered together, she collapsed to the floor. Shaking violently, I grabbed her, trying to pull her back. Carolina, look at me. Her eyes. I'll never forget her eyes. They weren't focused on me. They were looking through me, at something behind me. Part 10. I didn't turn around. Should have turned around, but I didn't because in that moment, I knew. If I looked, I would see it, and if I saw it, it would see me. Part 11. The door opened suddenly. The door creaked open on its own. I didn't question it. I dragged Carolina out into the hallway. She was unconscious now, or maybe something else. We ran. I didn't look back, not once. Part 12. After that night, Carolina wasn't the same. At first, she didn't remember anything. Then slowly, things started coming back, but not memories, fragments, whispers. She started writing. Again, but not like before. These weren't notes. They were messages, over and over again. The same phrase. It followed me. Part 13. Changes. You stopped sleeping, stopped eating, stopped being. Carolina. Sometimes I'd find her standing in the corner of her room, staring at the wall, listening. One night, I asked her, "What did you see in that room?" She smiled, but it wasn't her smile. You didn't see it. My stomach dropped. No. That means it chose me. Part 14. The last time I saw her a week later. She called me, crying. "It's getting closer," she said. "What is?" "It doesn't stay in the corners anymore. Carolina, it stands next to me now." I didn't know what to say. "Come over," I told her. "We'll figure this out." There was a long pause. Then she whispered, "It's behind you two." The call ended. Part 15. She disappeared. Caroline vanished that night. No signs of struggle. No note. No trace. Just gone. Then police said it was a missing person case. They asked me questions. I told them everything. They didn't believe me. Of course they didn't. Part 16. The first time it came for May. Thought it ended with her. I was wrong. A few nights after she disappeared, I woke up at exactly 3:17 a.m. I don't know why I remember the time, but I do, because that's when I heard it. Breathing, not mine. Part 17. The canary didn't want to look. Something forced me to. Slowly, I turned my head, and there it was, in the corner of my room, tall, still, watching. Part 18. It knows. My Nammy couldn't move, couldn't scream. Then it leaned forward, and in a voice that sounded like Carolina, it whispered, "You should have looked." Part 19. The confession. That's why I'm telling this now, because it didn't choose her, not just her. It chose both of us. She saw it first, but I brought it out. I let it follow us. I let it escape that place. Part 20. It's still her every night. It gets closer every night. It stands a little nearer, and sometimes it looks like her, smiling, waiting. Final warning: if you ever find a place like that, if you ever hear something breathing where nothing should be, if you ever feel like you're not alone, don't look, no matter what, because once you see it, it never stops seeing you. And if you're still here listening, that means you've heard the story, which means it might have heard you too. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to Obscurin Files. Press the bell icon so you never miss a story. And don't forget to like, share, and comment if you want more terrifying confessions like this, because the next story might not just be a story.